Welcome to the Emily Otto Show, business coaching for rebel healers, priestesses, and other witchy women. This podcast will give you the tools to help you build and scale your online healing business so you can help more people and make more money. My goal is for you to enjoy your life and business with plenty of time for pleasure and play. I am over the moon delighted you're here. Let's start today's episode.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for this next round of the Rebelle Mastermind. We start May 1st. I'm only holding a few spots open. This round of enrollment is going to close by the end of the week. By the end of this week. So if you want to join me for May 1st, now is the time. It's going to be 6 months of intimate attention on divine, sacred sisterhood, sales, intimacy, structure, mindset, strategy, action, so you can have everything you want. You can get all of your desires. The rich witch life, the unlimited abundance, the love, the passion, the juice, the spark. You get to have it all. And I'm going to help you land it in the next 6 months. It is 4 video coaching calls a month with me, a Facebook group open 24/7 for you to drop your questions, go live, get support with content and copy and sales pages and launch strategies, and a vault full of training and guided audio meditations and templates and tools, plus access to my full suite of programs and masterclasses. The investment for this program is $1,111 a month. I did just open an extended payment plan option. There's also a pay in full discount, and I have one VIP spot left. So send me a message if you'd like that, or go right out to the website in the show notes and register yourself. Come on in. Let's play. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Emily Otto Show. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, you may notice some sexy new graphics. Things are getting upgraded, and it's been behind the scenes for a little while now, and it's time to make it public. It's time to invite you in. So I'm a Leo, but I'm also a Scorpio rising, and I can have a tendency to make really big moves in seemingly what looks like all of a sudden. But this has been in process, in play since December. So I want to take you a little bit behind the scenes and on the journey of what's happening and where we're going and how you are a part of it all. So the sexy new graphics are a beautiful combination of these glorious colors, all sorts of colors and rainbows. And if you're watching on YouTube, you might see some rainbow prisms throughout my room because I've got so many prisms hanging up and so many rainbows, both for this world and others. I love rainbows. I love prisms and light and playing with light. And it's important to the energy, to the energetic up level. And you're going to see that in all of the graphics on my website and on this podcast. So these beautiful photos were taken by my creative director and the woman helping me really solidify the brand, not as somebody that I'm not, but as the next level of the woman I'm becoming, both as the CEO business owner and me, Emily. So back in December, I decided to hire Sarah Foster to do my branding, to do incredible things. I knew I needed an up level and a tweak. It started with my mastermind sales page. I've been launching that program for the last 3 years. There are multiple iterations of it. And I got to the point there was almost too much text. It was too dense. And rather than do it myself for the upteenth time, I reached out to her and said, hey, can you help me with this? But also, I think everything needs a bit of an overhaul. It was feeling dense and clunky and just not where I wanted to go and where I wanted to be in making and building $1 million business, which is where I want to go with you and help you do that for you too. So she said yes. And then she was looking at all my photos, which are fantastic. They're great photos, but they weren't the next level branding and like full focus on me and on my light and energy that I really wanted to bring into this next generation. And so we talked about it, and I was like, I have one window of opportunity. Let's go meet up in Austin. I'm going to be there for a client VIP day. You fly in, we'll do a huge branding photo shoot the day before, I think it was the day after my VIP day with my client. Let's do this. And she was like, yeah, let's do this. So we did. She took over 3,000 photos, y'all. We had so many different backgrounds and backdrops and used so much natural light. And I literally waded into the river with bluegills nibbling at my heels to get some of those beautiful shots for CEO Enchantress. Check out the beautiful sales page. But literally with this like green cloak, hood over top. The one I ordered didn't get here on time. So I ended up like rush ordering something from Amazon to an Amazon locker in Austin and having to pick it up in an Uber. Like it was chaos, y'all. And it was fun. And so in this river in Austin, cloak behind me, water droplets flying everywhere. It was so much fun and it was so crazy. And I really felt so next level, so excited, so in my full feminine flow and power and expression and just creating this artistry around my work, around my brand and my business. It felt so good. Highly recommend a photo shoot or even a mini photo shoot to kickstart your brand. And so from there, I flew home and I felt good and I felt like, wow, okay, I've got like a real business. This is working. And I'm able to invest and up level and upgrade things and tweak them over time and make it better and better, not just with my programs and with the work that I do with my clients, but in this external expression of my work, the website, the social media, the branding, the imagery. And so January, February, and March has really been one launch after another. Y'all saw me launch my VIP days, which I have VIP days available for the summer, only virtually. And then from there, I went from CEO Enchantress and then this Rebelle Mastermind launch, which if you're listening to this, spots are still open through the end of April. This round of enrollment closes April 30th and we start May 1st. So join me. Let's do this together. And it's just been this really incredible, expansive, difficult, and wonderful journey of how do we maintain the integrity and my words and language and vibe, but also invoke that next level, ethereal, magical, witchy, priestess, healer vibe. And that's where the heart of all of this leads to. And a few nights ago, I've been really thinking about the name of my free group. I've changed it so many times. When I first launched my business, it was Corporate Rebels. And I thought, nobody knows what that is. You got the word corporate and you have the word rebel. And people are like, did she spell rebel wrong? Did she spell rebel wrong? No, I did not. The word rebel is from this beautiful online magazine that I don't think fully exists in its iteration anymore, but it was called Rebelle Society. And I loved it. And I sent them a couple articles that they did publish. And the idea of a rebel really just sparked my mind of, yeah, what is a rebel? And for me then, when I made the group, my Facebook group, which you should totally join if you're not already in, we are finishing up the Connection Queen Challenge this week, but you're welcome to join in when you listen to this podcast episode. And it was really someone who was rebelling against the corporate structure, but doing so in a way that was sustainable, right? I'm a huge Star Wars geek. I just got a Star Wars tattoo. This is the Star Wars Rebellion symbol with Michigan wildflowers. That is a trout lily. So excited. And if you watch the Star Wars Rebellion, it's a lot of little groups of people doing what they can to fight against the system. A lot of it is not a big battle because they can't afford it, right? They can't afford it for the people, the health, the resources. Fighting against the dark forces is a big deal and really hard. And so there's these little pods of people doing what they can, fighting in different ways. And that's really what I see as a sustainable rebellion, right? We can't fully go against patriarchy and capitalism because we're going to burn out. It's like a star that just goes and expands and explodes. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me. I've tried that. I tried fixing the system itself. I tried railing against it, and all it does is have me exhausted. Maybe you've noticed that as well. So we get to do this from the rebel, from the lean back, from the feminine. And when I built that first group, I started changing the name and figuring, what are people going to search for? Okay, business coaching. Okay, spiritual entrepreneurs. And so now the name is super fucking long, and it's called Business Coaching for Healers and Spiritual Entrepreneurs with Emily Otto. Way too long. So officially, as of the date that I am recording this episode, we are changing the name to The Rebelle. And I was messaging with my creative director late one night this week, and I was like, what do we call the Facebook group? What do we call it? What are we going to do with the branding here? And we're going back and forth with simplifying, and how do we include business, but for healers and priestesses and witches and wild women? How do we claim that? We can't include, that's so many words. No one's ever going to remember that. And we settled on The Rebelle. And literally, y'all, she's texting me this, and I'm like, oh no, that's too much. And I get excited. I got excited. And I also got like, who do I think I am? How dare I claim a title that has The Rebelle? Like, am I the rebel? Are you the rebel? Are we rebels? My original clients, especially the first round of my mastermind, which was a year-long program, I still watch themselves say rebel. I'm a rebel. I want you to claim that title. I want you to claim it alongside me. Am I the rebel? Yeah. My S Corp is Rebelle Incorporated. Simply that. And you too are a rebel. You are finding your way through. You're doing it differently. You're claiming what you want. You're being wild and witchy and creating ceremonies and ecstatic experiences and joy and embodiment practices out of your day-to-day life, invoking magic and pleasure and play in your work, in your life, in your families, in your communities. You are a rebel. I am a rebel. We are rebels together. So it feels too big. It feels like too much. And that's how I knew it was the right thing at the right time. So here we go. Here we are, you and me, rebels, figuring this out our way, creating things that maybe no one has ever created before, being daring, being bold, being courageous. There is no courage without fear. The root of the word core, the root of courage is core, core being of heart in Latin, full of heart. You cannot be courageous without fear. So, this is my invitation to you, to let this spark you, to go big, to be wild, to be courageous and free, to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, and get massively supported in the process. You get to claim that title. You get to be a rebel right alongside me, and I'm here leading the charge, cheering you on. If you're not already in my Facebook group, simply search for The Rebelle, and you can find us there. If you've been thinking about joining my mastermind, this is your encouragement to join. I just opened an extended payment plan, so it's a year-long payment for a 6-month program. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to send me a voice memo on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to talk with you. Have a beautiful day.
That's it for today. Share this episode with other Rebelle healers so they too can make more money and deeply support their people. Join my free Facebook group at Business Coaching for Rebelle Healers with Emily Otto, and stay tuned for next week's episode. XOXO.